He needs to play more defensively. And this unit composition, not exactly the best against Ling Baneling Muta, but the Thors count for so much, as we saw in that last fight. Where's our hero Thor? He was just around here. There he is. 8 kills on that Thor. But 3 Thor is more than enough to deal with a pretty large pack of Mutalisks. We do see +3 weapons, and I imagine +3 armor will be pretty soon for Massochrist. And his heavily upgraded units going against the less upgraded Zerg units could spell a lot of trouble for I. Again, he's only got 1-0 on his Lings, and 0-1, I guess, if you prefer your armor. They'll have 1 armor and no attack bonus, is what I'm trying to get at. Massochrist moving across the map. This isn't a huge force, and EYEofDARKNES moving in, not quite engaged the entire army at once. The Roach is going after the Thors nicely, but this Marine Marauder force is just going to be able to pick him apart. And it looks like there's 1 Thor left. Excuse me, there's still 2 left. And Massochrist trading extremely favorably, not the best engagement for EYEofDARKNES in that little choke point. And the third base going down, these Infestors look like they wanted to move in, but instead going to retreat a little bit. A couple of Roaches popping out to die miserably. And now Massochrist has taken the supply lead at 115 to 112. And the upgrade's really telling in this fight. And it looks like he's going for sort of a doom drop in the main. The fungal growth misses. He does catch it there. But it's not quite going to be enough. This is a tough fight now for the Zerg player. He's engaged on 2 fronts, but doesn't have quite the army that he hoped. And now getting overrun in his main. A lot of the main buildings being targeted down. And a couple of Mutalisks coming in. They do magic box the 1 Thor, so he'll be able to clean that up. He needs to come in and kill this army in his main, though. That's what's doing most of the damage. And EYEofDARKNES' APM appears to be elsewhere. Now he comes in, he magic boxes this other Thor. He goes down very quickly. And these Marines, this is a pretty even fight, though. 1-1 Mutas against 3-3 Marines. And the medevacs are running out of energy. More Roaches being rallied in. And it looks like I might be able to hold here. There are still a couple of units left, with more Roaches streaming in. But a really nice engagement for the Terrace player, and he's officially back into the game. So 3 base to 3 base now at the end of all this. And if we look at the resources lost, we do see heavily in favor now of the Terran player. And workers kill 25 to 8. And just a very nice attack there by Massochrist. A great decision to go for the drop into the main. This infestation pit would have been nice to get, but not enough luck. The Roach Warden being remade for EYEofDARKNES. And just kind of a weird position to be in for both players. Another hatchery being taken. We do see both players floating quite a bit of resources. But neither really has the production to be able to kick in. We do see actually quite a few more barracks here. There's 6 barracks now. And the 2-3 upgrades just really showing during that fight. +3 armor as well as +2 vehicle weapons on the way for Massochrist. And he's really gearing up to do a lot of damage to EYEofDARKNES. The one thing he didn't have in that fight was any Banelings. He got a nice surround with the Zerglings, and then the Roaches did a nice job targeting down the Thors. But if he had a couple of Banelings, he could have easily reduced the damage done by the Marines significantly. Massochrist sneaking up 4th base here, and EYEofDARKNES sneaking 2 bases up top, sort of taking over the other main area, away from the Terran player. Again, this is good when you have Mutas, but he doesn't actually have any on the map. Instead going for Roach Infestor right now, which is kind of an interesting composition to use against Marine Marauder Thor. If you got the Neuroparasite upgrade, that would be pretty wonderful, as he could Neuroparasite the Thor and do a lot of damage, essentially for free. But we see Massochrist. I'm not sure if he's moving out or just kind of getting into a better position. But if we look at the income tab right now, 49 Harvesters to 36, so neither player doing terribly well economically. But the production coming out of EYEofDARKNES should start to kick in. We do see Corruptors built, Greater Spires already done, so we'll see kind of a tech into Broodlord. So Broodlord, Roach, Infestor going to be the composition of choice for EYEofDARKNES. To feeling a little bit gas-starved right now, but he'll be able to transition some workers up here. But here's the movement by Massochrist, and this is going to be the tough one to deal with. If he had some Banelings in this competition, I would say for sure he's got this. As it is, he'll have to rely on Fungal Growth. That's a nice Fungal to start things off. Only 2 medevacs here, and the Roach is doing a pretty good job. The Fungal Growth, spot on, and all these Marines now have so low health. The Broodlord's moving in. He actually fungled a couple of the Vikings, and we'll be able to take them down with a couple infested Terrans. And nicely done. That was a really nice hold by Eye of Darkness. That was the key push to hold off during this game. We do see Massochrist, meanwhile, has rallied again, making 3 Marauders and 6 Marines and a Thor at a time. It's a pretty insane production from him. Meanwhile, Eye of Darkness's other bases have gotten up. He's got quite a few resources. If he hits his injects a little bit better, he'll be completely golden in this game. But as it is, falling slowly behind. But really, there's not a huge answer for these Broodlords. He needs either a couple of Vikings or more Thors to help deal with them. And if Eye of Darkness can just keep a couple of Corruptors around, he should be in really nice shape. Just out of curiosity, we're going to look at the APM of our players. 79 to 74, so very evenly matched. And this has been a good game so far. We do see Massochrist, I believe, getting wind of these expansions somehow. Actually, he spotted just this one, and he'll be able to take this down. The big key will be if he spotted the other expansions or not. But now, Eye of Darkness knows his opponent's army is out of position, so he should move in with his army at his opponent. These Broodlords are so slow, though. So counterattacking not going so well, and Massochrist is actually going to take out this base as well. And these Broodlords just regathering. There's 6 of them now to go with these Infestors and Roaches. And he could push in and do a lot of damage to his opponent. We do see a huge force hardening re-macro by Massochrist, doing a really good job at that. A couple SMBs already being killed, so he needs to be careful here. There's a lot here, and a big fungal growing down. A lot of Roaches being lost, though, and a couple of Infestors, but the Broodlord's doing most of their damage. And the Terran army now out of position. He's going for the main now. Going for the death blow. He didn't spot this base. A very key point in this game. I does not know about this base. So we could have some sort of insane base trade on our hands now. Eye of Darkness dealing with this very well. I would say the better army right now belongs to Massochrist, but those Infestors count for so much. More Roaches trying to be rallied in, trying to hold off what he can. But this is just looking like a berserk base trade now. The Terran army moving into the Zerg main. The Zerg army, meanwhile, just kind of chilling out here. Where are the Infestors? Oh, the Infestors are headed back to try and deal with this alone. If he gets a couple of good fungal growths off on that buy, that could be very key. Instead, going for it. The Roaches and Broodlords moving in, and this is a really nice choice by Eye of Darkness. Going for the base trade now. As the Infestors move slowly back across the map, we do see the main's been cleaned up now. For Massochrist, and he's actually... Okay, he is going to take out these buildings. And the base trade is completely on now. It's on like Donkey Kong. Roaches taking out the natural expansion of Massochrist, and the Broodlord laying siege to the main. Not a whole lot of production available. We do see a couple of barracks up here, so it'll be 2 barracks against 1 hatchery, at least briefly. These drones actually not going to spot anything immediately. Massochrist might be convinced that these are the last couple of buildings, but that's not quite the case. More hatcheries being taken, but Eye of Darkness is low on minerals now. There might be something to keep an eye on as the base trade goes on. People are moving steadily into the main, throwing off as many buildings as they can. Massochrist, of course, could just lift off and go away. Doesn't look like that's something he quite wants to do. The Terran army now has cleaned up everything in the main. These overlords somehow got away safely. And now clearing up creep tumors, which is kind of an interesting choice. And this orbital command might die. That could be another little key point. Eye of Darkness up by 8 supply. He should kill the rest of the production buildings. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's going to go home and try and defend. but his army is so slow and immobile, I'm not sure I like the choice. But this Bioforce is so injured, and he doesn't have any medevacs. He's producing Marines 7 at a time because of these main buildings. This is a nice choice, though, by Eye of Darkness. He's leaving a couple of roaches here to kill the main base, sending his infestors up to the top corner to deal with his opponent's base, and I would assume the Broodlords are somewhere. There they are. So he's going to go kill his opponent's base and sort of reinitiate the base trade. It might be really wise of him. This base looking a little bit shaky now. Did he spot it? He still doesn't know about it, but he should know now. He sees the creep with these medevacs, so he knows where he needs to go. The Broodlord's laying siege now to this base, and there's not a whole lot left in this game for Eye of Darkness. Massochrist, I would argue, is in the better position right now. But we'll have to see. Just a bizarre game. These roaches, meanwhile, still tearing apart the main base. Need to be controlled a little bit better. And this is the only building left for Eye of Darkness. He needs to get a couple more buildings up, if nothing else. These drones trying to rally across the map. And now we're going to have the engagement. He doesn't know these infestors are here. This could be the key moment. These Broodlings actually going to do so much damage. He's unable to deal with them. All of his orbitals are lifted up right now, I believe. And there's a nice fungal growth. If he can catch the rest of this bio in another one, he needs to reburrow now and let these infestors do their work. Another nice fungal, and it looks like Eye of Darkness now has killed off most of his opponent's army, and he should be in a good position to finish off this game. The roaches are finishing off the main base. 87 supply to 39. This is the only mining base on the map for Eye of Darkness. This is the only one for Massochrist. If you look in the production, we see absolutely nothing for either player. The couple of surviving units returning home, maybe to try and deal with these roaches in the main. I'm not sure they're going to be able to. There's quite a few roaches left. They'll be able to engage this army fairly well. He actually just burrows to make sure. I believe he should have a scan available. This orbital command floated off into the corner. We do see Eye of Darkness reteching to Spire and keeping his army home at his base. Very nice decisions. We do see he was able to find it. He lifts up the sword to get it away. Very nicely done by Massochrist. Some nice micro under fire. This barracks will have to be canceled now. And Eye of Darkness will just have to finish off these things. I don't think he's aware. Oh, his command center's on fire. Oh no. So now he just needs to rebuild his production buildings up here, or Massochrist does, in order to get back in the game. I'm not sure what unit could get him back into the game, and it looks like these roaches are headed on the warpath. This is another cheeky expansion hidden by Eye of Darkness. The orbital command now has gone down, and it does look like Eye of Darkness should be able to take the game. A lot of barracks attempted to be built. They're going to be spotted and killed immediately. And there's the GG, well played. Really nicely done by Eye of Darkness. And quite a fun game. Nice base trades going on all over the place, and I really enjoyed casting this game. My name is Meristematic. You can follow my channel now at twitch.tv/Meristematic. You can email me at meristematic@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed the game. That was quite a bit of fun.